episode 23 of Anime and Us Other. I'm TJ.
And I'm Shawn.
Oh, and this is Review Shadow Reviews anime. Movies, kind of, sort of, whatever.
Alright, guys. So we picked Dragon Ball for the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
And we said we would stop around the Peel-Off arc, which is the first arc. And we got to the end of it, and I was like, nah. I want to see the tournament arc.
Tournament arc.
So we did another week, and that means you get a movie.
Yes. And we're doing a Dragon Ball Z movie because it just fit with this week.
Although we probably should have done a Dragon Ball movie. I'm sure there's one or two of them that I've seen. I just don't remember them.
There are, but they're more like recaps.
Oh, I hate those.
They're like, they condense arcs into one movie. You know what I mean?
Super did that.
Did they?
But yeah, Battle of the Gods, all that jazz. Yeah, they did that. And what's funny is the Super movie, Battle of the Gods, is really high. Well, it's a movie, so it's really high quality for animation.
Mm-hmm.
But then they made, because the Battle of the Gods movie came out, and then they made Super, the TV show for Dragon Ball. And the animation for the arc of Battle of the Gods is terrible. It's so bad.
Yeah, I think you mentioned this the last...
A couple times, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, it's... So we decided to do a Dragon Ball Z movie, but I didn't really look up which one we were doing.
I should have said something. When did you watch the movie?
Today.
When?
At like 2 o'clock.
I watched it at 2 o'clock, and when I clicked on it, I saw that Triamite was number 3. And I was like, I should probably text TJ. We should watch the other one, World's Strongest. That's the second one.
Right.
And I was like, nah, he's probably seen it already.
Nah, I literally watched it at the same time as you did.
That's so funny.
I mean, not that it matters. We've both seen
it. Doesn't, yeah.
We've both seen these movies 1,000 times, but for some reason I thought Triamite was the second one. Apparently it's the third one. We'll cover the second one next time we get one of these. So,
no
whatever.
Worries. So, Triamite came out, premiered, on July 7th, 1990, 60 minutes. I believe this is technically it says film was released. It doesn't say it was a TV special.
Because I think this is an actual movie.
It's only 60 minutes, though. And I don't see a box office or anything. So if it came out on TV, that's not a movie. That's a TV special. You know what I mean? Like,
true. But the difference... this is also released in 1990. And the difference between movie and TV special in Japan could be different than...
Sure, but I mean, by today's definition...
By today's
I would consider it a TV special.
And maybe because it didn't have a box office, because maybe it did release in theaters, but only in Japan. So, who knows? We don't do research, so we don't know.
Director, Daisuke Nishio. Producer, Chiaka Imada. I don't see a studio. That's weird.
Yeah, the synopsis in the beginning that explains everything in the Wikipedia page is very small.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't really a synopsis either. It's like, it is a synopsis, but it's like, it goes over everything. We usually don't do the synopsis. We usually say like, oh, this is the person who made it, and then we just get into it.
No, what I mean is like, the first couple of paragraphs in the wiki is usually an overview of the entire wiki, and it's usually a lot longer than the 2 sentences.
I think because it's a TV special.
I mean, possibly. But it's also a Dragon Ball Z movie, so you would think there would be a lot more interest in doing it. But there is a lot to that wiki. Too, if you scroll down, like everything's separated into different things on there, so maybe they just wanted to put everything else in different categories, so who knows?
It's me. So, before we get too far into this, I mean, right in the beginning, first off, it's good. It's fun.
I mean, other than canonicity issues.
That's what I wanted. It's like, you can't place it anywhere. Now, all the Dragon Ball Z movies, Z, not Ball, not Super, these are separate things, aren't canon.
Right. Wow.
Except for Trunks, I guess, because Trunks came into the Super.
We talked about this in the first
one.
And
Z.
We talked about this with the Garlic Jr. one last time, that you said that one was technically a prequel and could possibly be canon.
Yeah, whatever. We're not talking about that. So
you said all.
This one definitely doesn't fit. You can't place it anywhere, because Goku talks to King Kai, which means it has to be after Vegeta.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's after Vegeta, Goku was healed and immediately went to Namek, and Krillin wasn't there, neither was Gohan or Bulma. He knows the Kaioken, so still has to be after.
Yeah, it's got to be when he returned to Earth.
Yeah, has to be, but he immediately fought Vegeta and then immediately left when he healed, so it really doesn't fit anywhere.
So no, he healed.
And if it was when he came back, then 1, Vegeta would be there, and 2, he'd be a Super Saiyan.
No, so he fought Vegeta, he healed real quick, time froze, and then he got hurt in this fight, and that's why he was...
Okay. It upsets me because it's a really good movie. This was my first Dragon Ball Z movie.
Oh, yeah?
I recorded it, I might have said it on air last time, I can't remember, but I recorded it on VHS off the TV, like, as it aired the first time.
Yeah.
I was so excited when it came out.
I mean, it's a fun movie. The problem with it is, it's very the same as the other ones.
Yeah,
they're all...
basic formula.
Follows, especially the early ones follow.
Here's the formula. Everyone's happy. Bad guy shows up, beats the out of everybody. They get a moment to heal or whatever. Sometimes it's longer or shorter. This one was a little bit shorter. And then Goku, typically, almost always, wins the day. Mm-hmm. And that is the formula for all the different movies, except maybe the History of Trunks.
And the Bardock one?
Well, yeah, sure. But like all the bulk of the movies.
Right.
Even the Lord Slug one where Gohan's the big savior, it's the same thing. Bad guy shows up, everyone up. Goku figures shit out, or Gohan figures shit out, and then he takes care of business.
Right. I mean, it's your typical thing. Also, the Dragon Ball's got to be involved somewhere in there, too. Like,
what? Was it in this one?
Yeah, they were in a very beginning.
Yeah. So, the movie opens up with space pirates, apparently.
Yeah.
I always just assumed that they were, even, like, not remembering that they were just, like, Frieza's minions.
Uh-huh.
But no, apparently they're space pirates. Turles, who's essentially another low-ranked Saiyan, because he looks just like Goku, and all the low-ranked Saiyans look the same.
Well, no, he's his brother in this one, isn't he?
Did they call him his brother? I can't remember.
I think he's his brother,
But even if he wasn't, this is canon, by the way, all the low-ranked Saiyans look the same. They all look like Goku. Just stupid.
It's like they're all clones of each other.
Yeah,
like,
it's really
like
dumb.
The Clone Wars and Star Wars.
But they show up, they plant the tree, and there's a couple of the space pirates planting the tree's growing and sucking the earth. Now, what started the fire? Was it the tree and them? Or was it just a random fire? I can't remember. I thought it was a random fire, but I could be wrong.
I actually don't remember off the top of my head, but I do remember them around a campfire, so it might have been an oolong start.
Yeah, could have been.
Started it.
But essentially there's a forest fire. Bulma, Oolong, Poir, Gohan, and Krillin are like camping or whatever.
Yeah, they're camping. And
Krillin and Gohan go, ha! And charge up and put the fire out. But apparently not in time. In time to save the animals, and not in time to save the forest.
Right, yeah. I always thought this was a little weird. They can use those... Like, Goku in Dragon Ball, which we're going to get to next episode, puts out a fire that's surrounded a castle with the Kamehameha wave. So it's possible...
Well, technically, Master Roshi did that.
Well, whatever. You know what I mean. But, I mean, the energy beams are used to put out fires all the time, but this one they can't.
Well, not all the time. I mean, they did put the fires out, but apparently not in time to save the forest. Just a lot of the animals. It must have been
one hell of a giant...
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, because if you can't save the forest, how did you save the animals? I don't know.
Yeah, no, they should all be crispy.
It just gave them a reason, I think, a quick throwaway reason to gather the Dragon Balls and make a wish.
Yeah, but they gather the Dragon Balls in like 3 seconds, and then it's like, we got our wish.
Yeah, but my point is, now you can't use a wish to save Earth. You have to fight them, and you know what I mean?
Right.
So it was a quick, easy reason, like, can't use it now.
That's a good point. I never even thought of it that way. It's just a plot point to get the Dragon Balls out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Which is kind of ingenious, considering it's never done again. At least I don't believe it is in any of the other movies or any of the other, like, TV shows or anything. Like,
right.
It's always, like, a plot device where, like, we can just wish someone back or whatever. Like, it's never really, like, we gotta wait a year. Although once or twice it is. In the show, anyway.
But they could have just said, oh, no, we can't use the Dragon Balls because they were used last movie.
They could have, but here's wasting 10 minutes of screen time.
That's exactly my point. It's just a waste of time, because they could have just easily said, hey, last time we used that some scientist guy used it to reveal a laboratory when we had to go.
Screen time, and it's a little iconic, them in the blazing forest putting it out, because I remember that. That's one of the main things I remember.
I mean, I guess... It's just, this is, I don't know. I always found this beginning kind of lame.
It is. It's a little lame.
And this is where we get introduced to Icarus, too.
Yeah. Who's in the show, right?
No.
Is he not in the show?
I don't think he's in the show.
He's in other movies.
He's in all of the movies, essentially. Except,
I can't remember.
Like, at least these early ones. Because I remember he's at least up to Lord Slug, because his singing's like a noise.
Yeah. Oh, he was in, was he in the one with Garlic Jr.?
No, he's introduced in this movie.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't know.
Yeah.
He is introduced in this movie. He's essentially a little purple dragon.
Yeah.
Little baby purple dragon.
For reasons.
Gohan makes friends with him.
And yeah, I don't know if I don't think he's in the main canon of the show.
I don't think he is either.
So
I think it's the movies.
So, I mean, I guess You want to do the premise?
Gohan saves him, and then they're friends. The premise is the space pirates want to get really strong. They have a seed for the Tree of Might.
Uh-huh.
The Tree of Might takes plant whatever planet you throw it on, but it needs a whole planet full of like vast abundance resources. They don't really explain it that way, but it's what's needed.
It's draining the Earth, essentially.
Yeah, it drains the Earth of all its energy. Bears fruit, you eat the fruit, you get super strong.
Right.
But not that strong, because Turles says, he makes a comment that we'll eat this and even Frieza won't get in our way. Well, he eats it, and then Goku destroys him with a regular old spirit bomb.
But doesn't Goku eat it?
No.
I'm pretty sure Goku, he eats it, and that's why his spirit, because Turles destroys the first spirit bomb, and then Goku eats the fruit, and then that gets a second spirit bomb.
I don't think that's the case, but I don't remember, if I'm being honest. Might have been on my phone for a few minutes there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of watched this movie and then went back to Dragon Balls because I hadn't finished all the episodes, so it's kind of blending everything together. But, like, I'm pretty sure Goku went to use the spirit bomb first, then Turles, like, threw it away because he ate the fruit, and then Goku eats the fruit, and then he uses that to gather energy and use the second spirit bomb to defeat Turles.
Maybe.
I think.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway.
There's not a lot to this movie.
Goku and Gohan are at their house with Chi-Chi, having a bath, and you see Gohan naked. My son was cracking up. And Yamcha, Bulma, Oolong, Krillin, Master Roshi, I think pretty much the whole crew, except for... Was Tien there? I can't remember if Tien was there, but Piccolo was not there.
No, Piccolo was never...
And they show up and they're talking, they're shit-talking, and, you know... Bulma's pissed off at Yamcha for buying a fancy car and then having it destroyed because he only bought it for the girls. And then King Kai contacts Goku and says, hey, the Tree of Might's here. You're all Earth's doomed. There's nothing you can do. And Goku's like, no, we can do it! I'm
trying to remember if Chaozu's in it, because I can't remember Tien.
I can't remember him either. Probably, if Tien's not in it.
Well, that's what I mean. If I can't remember Tien, maybe there's a scene with Chaozu. Maybe they are. If they are, they're not in it very long because
most of the Z Fighters weren't. They showed up, they fought, then they lost, and that was it.
Yeah, that's what they're all there for. To get beat up by the little minions, so that
true. But sometimes they can beat some of the minions.
Yeah, but
not
usually this is how it goes. Like the humans are there to get beat up by little minions, so Piccolo can destroy the henchmen, so that he can get beat up by the main guy, so Goku can beat him.
That's fairly normal. Until Vegeta comes in. Anyway.
Until Vegeta comes in, and then he takes Piccolo's spot, and Piccolo gets downgraded.
Until he becomes a Super Namekian.
He's still downgraded. He never reaches that level again, so...
Yeah, so they go to the tree, they try to all blast it, does nothing. And then the minions come and beat everyone up. Yeah, I mean, there's not much more than that. It's a very short
movie, and it follows the same patterns like we said in the other movies. So there's not really nothing new to talk about.
It's, you know what? It's not too long. It's short, it's sweet, it's done.
Yeah, but as for a review of a podcast, it's not really...
Sure, but at the same time...
there's also... It's not bad enough that we can complain about it, but it's not, like, super fantastic that we can heap praises on it either.
Yeah. I'd say it's... I can't really say it's above average, but, like, I like it.
Right. It's above average for personal preference, but it's an average Dragon Ball Z movie.
I guess, yeah.
So, I mean, it's got some stupid plot holes. Like, I think Turles is Goku's brother, and that doesn't make any sense because, you know...
Oh, I'm gonna Google it. How do you spell Turles?
Turles.
Some media refers to Turles as being Goku's older brother, while others indicate there is no relation between the two. So I guess if we really wanted to know, we'd have to, like, dig deep into Akira Toriyama and, like, his interviews and, like, whether or not he stated it.
Yeah, but aren't these movies have nothing to do with his kinesitivity?
Technically, but if he ever came out and said...
Right, I'm
hey,
sure.
That's his brother, then that's how canon works. That's his brother now.
Right, but if it's already not canon, it doesn't...
But he can step in at any... This is 100% how canon works in the anime community.
Okay.
Because most of the movies have nothing to do, in all animes, have nothing to do with the plot. And almost all of them are not canon. So, but if he came out and said, hey, that's canon, then it automatically is canon until he says it's not.
But the difference between other anime movies, like I'm assuming, I haven't seen a lot of movies, but like they can take place anywhere where Dragon Ball Z actively interferes with its own canon.
This one definitely does, but you could still argue that that's his brother, but the show is like a alternate universe, or you know what I mean? Well, like it could be anything.
Like I said, I thought the movies were an alternate universe for
that would make sense at the very least.
In Super, like when they did that Dimension tournament, which I have not seen, I only heard about. I have to point out
the Tournament of Power,
I guess, where there was different dimensions of people.
Yeah, that's not that's the show.
Yeah, no, that's the show. I know, but I thought the movie characters was a part of that as a different dimension.
No. That'd be cool.
That's what I heard.
No, that'd be cool though. Like if there was a movie version of Goku in there, and all
you know,
them,
maybe
or any of them.
like Turles or some of the characters.
No, that'd be cool. I mean, Trunks shows up in Super, but again, that's just canon now. So
right. This movie's okay. I mean, as far as comparing,
I liked it. It's a 7, maybe an 8. You know, it's something you can watch. I could watch that again right now.
Compare it to Garlic Jr. Then
I would say this is a little better. But not by much. There's things in Garlic Jr. that I like. So
that's fair. Like I said, I find them all kind of samey. So
I liked the little peek into Goku being a father in the beginning when he's like, "All right, let's hold our breath," and like, you know, he's kind of being a dad.
Right. We don't get a lot of that.
You really don't.
Well,
in a bridge that's like an ongoing joke. I love it.
You do, but you don't get it from Goku. You get it from Piccolo.
You get it from Piccolo, and if it is from Goku, it's usually something that's off screen.
Right? Yeah.
The most you get is when he's like training Gohan and Z to become a Super Saiyan. That's the most that you get out of it. Then afterwards, where there's like a whole episode of Goku and Gohan like controlling their power.
That's part of Gohan's damage. His dad's never there, so it's like
that's why the mix of human and Saiyan is more emotion, right?
Right.
Rage against the father that's not there. Become a Super Saiyan.
Pretty much. Alright, we're clearly out of things to say about this movie.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Alright guys, next episode.
We'll talk about Dragon Ball next episode.
See?
Bye.